I'm Champaign native Emily Harrington. You're watching the podcast where townies and transplants share their tales of tears and triumphs, losses and wins, proving week after week that everyone has a story to tell. Welcome to HyperLocals. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of the HyperLocals podcast. I have an oldie and a newbie. I have Cedar King, who has been on the podcast, I don't know, maybe a year ago.
Just about exactly a year ago.
Okay, so you went and looked. Okay, thank you so much. So about 52 episodes ago, you came on and told your personal story. Mm-hmm. And you have been, I would say, an avid listener since. Is that fair?
You drew me in.
Okay, that's what I try to do. And so recently you contacted me because you have a very unique and impactful fundraiser coming up. And you want to explain that. And I always say, great, let's plug the philanthropy, but bring me a narrative to go with it. And I think you did that with Elizabeth. She is a See You at Home recipient of services. Can we say that?
Yes.
Okay. Elizabeth Campbell. Are you most comfortable with Liz?
Either one's fine.
Either one's fine. Okay. So let's right off the top, Cedar, give me the nuts and bolts about the upcoming event.
So the upcoming event is One Winter Night. It's February 6th, 2026, and it's basically an opportunity for us to highlight the homelessness situation in Champaign-Urbana, as well as talk about our program and how we work to mentor and develop people in our program so that they can develop resilience and social capital and that type of thing so that they can be successful living independently.
Okay. Tell me who See You at Home helps, can help, will help.
Okay, so See You at Home we look particularly for people who are vulnerable and who have been living homeless for more than a year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so along with that comes some mental health issues for a lot of our people, a lot of addiction issues, a lot of issues with finances, obviously, and a long history of poverty. All those things rolled into one.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. How can people get help from See You at Home?
So it would be to a number of ways. Would be to call us. Mm-hmm. Our number is 217-819-4569. Another way would be to go to our website. We have contact us, a form on there as well too, which is it's seeyouathome.us.
Okay. And Elizabeth, tell me how you got hooked up with See You at Home in the beginning.
Well, I was actually I was on drug court. I had gotten out of they had put me in rehab. And then I was in the Rosecrans recovery home.
Sure.
They still didn't think I was ready to be on my own yet. So Cedar also works with drug court, and so they had me. They hooked me up with Cedar at See You at Home.
Okay. What is drug court? Cedar said this on a term, and I've never heard it.
Okay, so it's where you have a choice. You can either go to prison or jail time, or you can do. It's usually about, I think, 18-month program. It really is based on how long they have different phases.
Okay.
So and then you have to do, like I had to do rehabilitation. I had to do outpatient therapy, regular therapy, classes, all kinds of stuff. You have to go to court every Monday.
So it's a commitment.
Yes.
They want to see from you a commitment.
Yes.
To graduate the program.
Yes, it's a big commitment because most of us that join it have not had any kind of structure or schedule.
Oh, sure.
So they're teaching us like how to, have a normal everyday life.
Okay, so I kind of want to back up from there, the point where you make the commitment to change your life, basically. So where are you from?
Bloomington-Normal.
Oh, okay. And childhood, typical, atypical, how would you describe it? That's a broad question.
It was different. I'm adopted. Me and my brother got adopted from Korea when I was, I think, 6.
Oh, wow.
And I grew up in a home with, a lot of brothers. My parents were both college professors.
Okay.
at ISU.
Okay.
And so it was, parts of it were good and parts of it were bad.
Simply being adopted is going to set you apart from everyone else. I imagine that's how you would feel.
Right.
So did that affect your childhood or?
It did. I always felt like something, like I didn't fit in.
Sure.
I like there was like what was wrong with me to cause, my mom to do that. And then, one of my brothers started, abusing me. So then it started another thing like, okay, well, I must be a bad person if these things keep happening.
Sure.
What
are you comfortable saying happened?
He had like paranoid schizophrenia.
Oh man.
So he was physically and sexually abusive.
Is this your biological brother?
No.
Okay. And your parents?
They did not know about it until I was older.
Okay. Were they a pretty average mom and dad? Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So a big, bustling family, busy, a lot of chaos. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you end up going to school, graduating from?
I went to University High School there.
Okay.
I went to Southern Illinois, but failed out.
Okay. All right. How long did you make it at Southern?
I think a semester.
Okay. That's where people go to fail out, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is the party school, right?
My intention was not to go to school. Okay. It was just to get away from my family and just to like have fun.
Okay. And so for a semester, you achieved that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on in your life socially? Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying? Are you a typical college student this first semester? Okay.
Yes,
so you're doing okay.
But I learned how to drink there.
Oh, really? Before that?
Before that, I did use some things. I drank and did some other things like weed and stuff in high school.
But you would call that typical dabbling?
Yeah.
Like teenage dabbling?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's that first semester like that accelerates?
It was just overwhelming because it's so big. There's so many people. So like my anxiety and my panic was rough. So I just never wanted to go to class. And then so when I have anxiety and panic, and then someone's like, "Hey, we're going to do this," I'm like, "Okay, that sounds way more appealing than going to class."
Sure.
So I just would do that.
So after that semester, who tells you you can't come back? Sorry.
The school did.
They did.
Well, I didn't show up to classes.
Okay. So how does that make you feel? Now you got to go back home.
I was scared because my parents everyone in my family is very smart, very academic.
High
all my
achieving.
brothers, all my brothers have doctorates. Like, they're doing the most. And my parents both have doctorates. My mom taught social work.
Sure.
My dad taught industrial technology. So everyone's very, successful.
Sure. So there's that pressure there.
Yeah.
No matter if they're putting it on you or not, you have it on yourself.
Right.
So you have to come back home.
Yes.
Are your parents aware at this point the abuse that you stated earlier?
Yeah.
That came to light.
Yes.
How was that received within the family?
It was shock.
Okay.
Because I had spent my childhood thinking that they knew.
Oh, really?
Yes. That there's no way that they don't know. Like, I'm not a normal child. Like, I was showing signs that, that happen, with kids. I was still wetting the bed, way old, too old, and like all the different things. But I didn't realize till later through like therapy and through like conversations that they had no clue, obviously.
Knowing that they didn't know, was that comforting almost to you? Because the other hand, they think it's okay to still happen.
Yeah, it was comforting.
Knowing they didn't know.
Yeah.
When they found out, was there any actions taken within the home?
I went through massive amounts of therapy.
Okay.
And he moved away.
Okay. So did that make you feel better? The therapy and the disconnect from him? Or the damage was done?
The damage was already
Really?
done.
Okay. How old are we at this point when everything's exposed?
It was all exposed like in junior high.
Junior high. Okay. So back to we're coming home now from college. So how do you approach your parents and have to say, well, I got to come back. I got to come back.
Well, they weren't happy.
Oh gosh.
'Cause I wasted
imagine.
their money.
Sure.
Yeah, they weren't happy.
Okay. Do they give you a goal? You can be here for X amount of time. You have to do this.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
But I was always very good at manipulating
Okay.
my way out of things
Okay.
with them.
Okay. So what was the next year like in your life?
It was just like job to job,
Okay.
not stable.
Not stable. You never want to go back to school? That never comes at this point. You're not trying to get back into college.
Well, I took a couple of classes at Heartland Community College.
Yeah, sure.
But I wasn't interested.
Okay, tell me about some of the jobs you did at that time.
Oh, my mom jokes that I've had like every job possible. I worked at the mall, at the shoe store.
Okay.
You know, I worked at a Mexican restaurant, a pizza restaurant, like pretty much everywhere. And then I worked at Bagelman's.
Oh, I love bagel.
But it's closed now.
Yes, we used to have one here.
Yes.
And I went to ISU, so I'm familiar with some of these
Okay.
places. Those jobs, all of those roles, how did they end? And did they end the same way?
Yes, they all ended the same way by me just not showing up.
Okay. And then you have to go home and you have to tell your parents again.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will pick up from having to tell your parents and reacclimating to life at home. Okay, we are back with Cedar and Liz, or Elizabeth. This is interesting because I asked Cedar, you guys, you kind of have parallel stories? And he said, sometimes I get shocked by the things I hear, and you hear everything, I'm sure.
Well, no. I think I hear what people are comfortable telling me.
Right.
And I think that's when people are comfortable telling me some really shocking things, that is, I'm just thrown sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Liz was one of those people
Oh, yeah.
that it made you could feel it physically. I mean, you could
Oh,
feel
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to go into any of that, or is that where you want to leave it? The stories.
Sure.
Okay. So when he says that, when Cedar says that, what is he referring to? Like the shock and awe?
Probably the abuse with my brother.
Okay.
Probably that story
Is it that physical abuse?
and the sexual.
Sexual abuse. Okay. So he ended up leaving.
Yes.
Okay. But life doesn't improve, as we
No.
say. Okay. The multiple jobs.
Yes.
Okay. We're still living at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So take me through the course of the next couple of years.
I'm living, in friends' apartments because
Okay.
it gets to a point, where I'm not doing anything with my life. So there's no point at my age to be living at home still to my parents.
Okay. So they asked you to please leave.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I got apartments and they helped me get some apartments. But I never followed through with like the requirements of it, like, work a job, you're going to pay this much of the bills. And it just, I never kept up with my end of the bargain.
Okay. Do you like yourself during this time?
No.
No. Okay. So you know that you keep disappointing yourself and
Yes.
others. Okay.
Yes.
Partying, friends, social life, boyfriends.
Yes, different boyfriends, just, yeah.
Okay. And you're in a college town, which
Yes.
doesn't help.
I'm pretty much just living day by day. Like, I'm hoping I don't wake up the next day, just day by day.
Okay. So you're feeling depressed and
Yes.
sad. How long does this continue?
Oh, it continued for probably a decade.
A decade.
I would say about a decade until I got pregnant.
Okay. So we're in our 20s for the most part?
Yeah.
20 to 30, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still in the same day-to-day lifestyle. Don't really want to wake up the next morning,
No.
but you keep waking up, and then you get pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I was working at Bagelman's, and that's how I moved here. We got transferred to the Bagelman's here when there still used to be one here.
Sure.
So we ended up here, ended up shutting down, and,
Who's we?
me and, my boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
Who ends up being my kid's father.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So we ended up moving here, and that's when I ended up getting pregnant with my first child.
Okay. And how's pregnancy for you?
It was hard.
Okay.
I think I wouldn't admit to myself that I was pregnant until way too far along.
Okay.
I would just try to it's not possible. It's not possible. There's no way.
Okay. And did your lifestyle continue in the same way?
It was different. It was the boyfriend that I was with at the time, that wasn't his life. He was a manager at Bagelman's. He didn't drink,
Okay.
and he didn't do pretty much any other drugs.
Interesting.
He smoked weed sometimes. I was trying to go the safe route.
With him?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he was unlike anyone I'd always gone for the bad boys.
Sure.
And he was just this sweet, nice, kind of nerdy boy.
Okay. Well, how does that relationship turn out?
It was good for the first couple years. I feel bad now when I look back on it.
Sure.
Because I was just using him. To feel safe and to feel, because, I got pregnant. So I thought, the thing to do is you stay with the kid's father.
Sure.
So I was just trying to create this facade of what I thought, life was supposed to look like. You're with the kid's father, you live in a house together, you both work, and you just stay together.
But isn't that a positive thing? You're trying to improve your life?
It was positive, but it's something I've learned now is I jumped right into the life without doing any of the groundwork. I didn't do any of the healing. I didn't do any of the therapy. I didn't, I didn't do any of the stuff that I needed to be able to handle all this stuff.
So anything bad's just going to grow back?
Yes.
Okay. So you live in a house, you have a job, you have a kid. Sounds great. Is it great?
Yes, it was for a while, but I still felt like there was something wrong with me because I'm I should be happy, I should be happy. At that point I was working at a daycare.
Okay.
And so at that point I'm my life is great now,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough. Something about it just wasn't enough for me. I didn't feel happy. I on the outside, people thought I was just the sweetest,
wow.
bubbly person. But on the inside, I was full of a lot of anger, fear, sadness, and rage.
Were you able to express that to anyone?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know what I was feeling.
Wow. Okay.
Until through therapy, through Cedar and through some of, the other things I've done now. I just knew I just felt awful.
Felt awful every day
inside,
when you woke up. But you were able to get up, go to work, and be a productive citizen for the most part.
Yes, for a while.
Okay, how long is for a while?
I'd say for about 13 years, 14 years.
Okay. Do you take any measures to tamp those feelings down?
No, I just kind of fake it till you make it type stuff.
For 13 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And you aren't able to trace back, this is from my childhood, this is why I feel this way because of this. No.
And it was more than just from my childhood. It's, I realized I was trying to blame everything on my childhood, but it really wasn't that.
Okay.
It was mental health problems.
Okay. That were unresolved.
Yes.
Okay. And you never saw anyone for help until?
Well, I had been sent to people for help, but I wasn't ready.
Okay.
I was very good at manipulating my way around things. So, all of my therapists, I was always good at talking to them into, switching around to my side, and then they would end up talking about their issues and stuff.
Interesting.
So I was always just, yeah,
So you became the interviewer
yeah,
during those times.
yeah.
Who's telling you you need help?
My mom.
Okay.
Because she saw somebody so, devastated, so like with so many problems. She really wanted to help me.
She did.
She tried so hard. And I see that now. Back then I just thought,
She's meddling.
yeah.
Did you try any interventions during that dabbling time that worked? Medications or anything?
No.
No. You would talk the therapist right out of prescribing anything almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I'd been on stuff every once in a while, but I never kept with it.
Okay. It never stuck.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I want to get to how you do change your life, but you have now one kid,
Yeah.
no husband, but a boyfriend, live-in
Yeah.
boyfriend. Okay. For how long?
For like about 14, 15 years.
You were with the guy for that long?
I don't know. The timelines are iffy,
Sure.
I think, but it was somewhere between 11 to 15 years.
That you're faking it till you make it for that long.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happens when you can't fake it anymore.
I end up leaving him. At that time, I have 3 kids.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And end up my parents got me my own apartment.
Okay.
And he ended up, he stayed in the house that we were at. He ended up turning into the most amazing father to the kids.
That's great.
Like he, because I was very controlling. But he ended up really like coming into his own as a father at that point. But I ended up getting back surgery. And ended up getting hooked on.
Oh my God. Okay, let's pause.
Okay.
You gotta back it up. Okay, what is the day that you come to the realization that I am no longer going to be with him and I'm going to break the family? We're going to move away.
We were just at the point where we were arguing so much.
Okay.
And it was just toxic for the kids.
Okay. How old are your kids at this
They
time?
were, I think, like 10,
Okay.
10, 11, my oldest was.
Okay. 10, 11. And then every few years beyond that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so when we come back, we are going to catch up with, it sounds like your life takes a big turn here. And we're back. What's interesting is, Cedar, you always say these little pearls here. We left, you were talking about the respect and admiration you have for your children's father. And Cedar said, from when he first met you, your opinion has changed. And that denotes all this growth that has gone on with you. So at the beginning of this process to now, what has changed about you?
Well, through like therapy,
Yeah.
well, I call Cedar my therapist. Because I've never known a man to understand trauma and to
Sure.
feel safe.
Sure.
Like, the office door would shut and I would tell him about some of the, hardest things I've ever had to talk about with somebody. And I would talk about it and he was like, so compassionate and,
Understood.
didn't make me feel like, and didn't just give me like the pity look, but like gave me like constructive things like that's a normal response to an abnormal situation and just, all these things. And then I go to recovery meetings in a 12-step program and working with my sponsor. And then a big part of it was the drug court classes.
Okay.
We had to take moral recognition therapy and responsible choices.
Okay. Okay.
And my responsible choices teacher really helped me see a lot of it.
Wow. Okay.
He was like, no, Elizabeth. He was like, you have to take accountability.
Sure. You said you were laying blame everywhere
Yes.
else. And now you look to yourself first
Yes.
for accountability.
Well, I look at, even if it is someone else has a part in it,
Sure.
I look for what's my part.
Because that's all you can control.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so 3 kids. The first 2 came within a year.
Yeah.
So Irish twins, as we call it. And then the third is a surprise.
Yeah.
All with the same dad.
Yeah.
And then one day it's coming to a climax that it's an unhappy home.
Yeah,
for the
we're
kids.
just fighting. We're just pretty much living separately.
Okay. Separately together. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to your mom and dad again, and you have to say, "Can you help me, mom and dad?" And what do they say?
They always did.
They did.
You know, they always did, especially, you know, my dad.
Oh.
But yeah, my mom and dad, they got me an apartment, and I had, you know, they wanted me to, you know, pay certain bills and part of the rent and like all those things.
Sure.
But I wasn't at the point where I was able to manage that yet.
Okay.
Because I had been spoiled. My kid's dad, he took care of all of that.
Okay. So now you're on your own.
Yeah.
And you have to again do X, Y, and Z to live up to your end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have the tools to
No.
do that. Do you split custody?
Yes, they went back and forth.
Okay. On the 50% of time you don't have your kids, what's your life filled with?
Very sad.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't know what to do. My life had been, you know, the kids, and I didn't know what to do on those. So I pretty much just stay in bed.
So was it better to have the kids there
Yes.
because you were distracted?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the back injury.
I have something missing between my spinal disc and my lower back. So I had to get like a spacer put in or something.
Okay.
And I ended up getting hooked on Vicodins.
Okay. And where are we in terms of your living and the kids?
I'm in an apartment still.
Okay, okay.
The kids are going back and forth.
Okay. They're relatively young.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of a mom were you? Because you said you were very controlling, which I don't see it in you because you seem so sweet. But what kind of a mom were you? Hands on, hands
Yes.
off, strict, not?
I was hands-on. They went to work with me because I worked at Little Hearts and Hands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they went to work with me. We came home. You know, we always had people over. I was always babysitting other people's kids.
Okay.
Like I was the house that, like, you know, the other teachers' kids came to hang out.
Sure.
So they could get a break. So it was just, you know.
You're pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Vicodin, are you still working at Little Hearts and Hands?
Yes.
Okay. So that's got to be an interesting combination.
Yes, and I ended up losing my job there because when I got into Vicodin, different behaviors started coming out.
Okay. And what behaviors?
Manipulation, doing anything I could to get more pills, stealing pills from people.
Okay. Is this the biggest addiction you'll face in your life?
No,
No. Okay.
no.
Are you able to function still?
At the beginning, yes, but then it got to the point where I was taking, you know, 500 pills within a couple days.
500 pills within a couple days?
Yes.
How are you getting them and how are you paying for them?
From the doctor.
Okay. So you're able to manipulate the doctors.
And then when I was, you know, when it got to the point where the doctors, you know, wouldn't prescribe me anymore, I was like actually causing my own injuries.
To get more.
Yes.
What did you like about the feeling when you were on them?
For the first time, I felt no pain,
Oh my
emotionally
God.
or physically. I just felt like, it was like bliss at first.
Okay. And then you are chasing that from then on out, just to
Yes.
not feel anything.
Yes.
Who starts to, in your orbit, notice that something's amiss with you?
Everyone starts to notice, but they don't even know about my pills. Nobody knows, just I do.
Okay. So what do they think's going on with you? You're just a little loopy? You're just tired?
I think a lot of people just thought I was a bad person.
Okay. What are these behaviors?
I'm lying. I'm stealing.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you would have me over to your house and I would be in your medicine cabinet.
Jeez. It's like the movies. I mean, it's like a TV show.
Just like, you know, I really was not a good person.
So why did you end up losing your job?
I don't exactly remember why because it's kind of foggy, but I ended up leaving that job.
Okay. And then what? So now we don't have a job. Do you still have your kids?
Yes.
Okay. Now what happens where this problem becomes exposed?
Well, I ended up starting to black out.
Okay.
My kid's dad had my kids, and they went to court
Okay.
for, a custody hearing, and I was so blacked out I didn't even show up, so I lost custody of all 3 kids.
And how many years ago was this?
Over a decade.
Over a decade ago. Is the decade the peak? Your rock bottom?
Yes.
Okay. Not showing up and losing that custody.
Yes.
We're at our worst.
Yes.
Okay. And so you took so much that you wouldn't remember anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay. When you didn't have the pills, did you have a reaction?
Oh, yes. I would go through horrible withdrawals where I thought I was dying.
Okay. So that became a paramount situation.
Yes.
And you were able to get them pretty freely.
Yes, and then it got to the point where when I wasn't able to get them freely, I had a friend that I had met, and she did house cleaning.
Okay.
So we would go clean houses, and I would steal their pills.
Did you ever get busted?
Not for the pills, no.
No. Okay. All right. So there's more to come in your story, I can imagine. So you said this was not the worst addiction you had.
Mm-mm.
Okay. How are you making money at this time after you lose hearts and hands?
Just random little jobs here and there.
Okay. But you're able to get by.
Living on people's couches.
Okay. So we've lost the apartment.
Yeah.
We've lost the kids.
Yes.
We're couch surfing.
Yes.
Okay. When we come back, we will pick up with the next stage of your life. And I'm hoping we're on the upswing soon. Okay, we're back. The story continues, and it's not as bad as it's going to get. So you said you meet a boyfriend and introduces you to what?
To cocaine.
Okay. In addition to pills?
No, at that point, I was off of the pills.
Okay.
And switched to the cocaine.
Okay, and what's that feeling you're chasing with cocaine?
Just exciting.
Okay, so there's some euphoria.
Yeah. And the difference was he would just do it, on the weekends.
Okay.
At that point, I was a bartender.
What bar?
It'll Do.
It'll Do. Okay.
In Tolona. It keeps changing names, but it was It'll Do in Tolona.
Okay.
And then Game On in Sedoris.
Oh my gosh.
Just back and forth.
And you're having to drive yourself.
He's driving me.
Okay.
I don't have a vehicle.
So he thinks it's a fun recreational thing to do.
Yeah, he does it like on the weekends, like every once in a while, like when we would go out drinking. A lot of times at the end of that night, he would get it.
Okay.
But it wasn't like that for me.
It ignited.
Yeah.
Further addiction.
Yes. Like I was secretly doing it during the week because the person he got it from lived in he lived in Pasodum.
Okay.
So I would just walk like 2 houses over and,
Jeez.
Get it from this person secretly during the week.
And not tell him.
No.
Okay.
And then once he ended up finding out, like I ended up turning him into a monster. Because he then started doing it all the time. And the person he turned into on that was not good. Very abusive.
Okay. How did you pay for it?
He did.
Okay. Your boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're working at night. So is this round the clock?
No, he just like a few nights a week. And then I was helping him. He had a landscaping business, so I was helping him with that.
Okay. And with Vicodin, you wanted to feel nothing. Mm-hmm. With cocaine, you felt happiness for the first time.
Yeah, I felt like energy.
I
was always like kind of like monotone.
Sure.
Just like not bad, not good,
yeah.
but just like there.
Okay. So how long does the living with this boyfriend? So you get him on board,
right?
On the style that you're doing. So
yeah.
It's becoming more and more frequent for him.
Yeah.
But it affected him in a different way than it did you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that turned the relationship volatile.
Yes.
Okay. How long is that period?
For about almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. You're still going next door, the couple houses down, the same patterns.
Yeah.
Working at the same bars.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you, and are you trying to get your kids at this point? Or is that so far in the back of your mind?
At that point, I didn't think it was anywhere possible, and I was just trying to surround myself with people that just were not good people. I didn't want to be around people that would remind me of what I was missing.
Sure. You wanted people just like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to be around. I thought I was a bad person, so I wanted to be around bad people.
Okay. And so that's who you're surrounded, and it just cycled.
And that's just a cycle that I had for the next like 5 or 6 years. Was different boyfriend, different drug, same situation.
How do you get out of the volatile one? So now he's a monster.
Yeah.
And you blame yourself for that.
Well, parts of it I do. He was not like that before. He was like the perfect little country boy. Had his, we had like the first year was like great. But my addiction took over.
Okay.
And it became an addiction for him too.
Do you know where he's at these days?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he okay?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. How do we get out of this relationship?
Just jumping into another one with a different drug. I found a different boyfriend, and it became meth.
Meth. Okay. Is this going to be your worst addiction?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is okay.
It was a mixture of meth and crack.
Okay. Was it hard to leave the prior boyfriend, or was that an easy split?
Oh, that was easy.
Okay. You both just like, see you later.
Well, he wanted me to stay, but I was just like, we're going to end up killing each other.
Okay. How did you meet the new boyfriend at the bar?
No, just from going to different houses.
Okay. Small town. Are you still in the bar scene?
No, at that point, I ended up going to Champaign.
Champaign.
Mm-hmm.
So when the meth addiction, is that in Champaign?
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about being blank on Vicodin, being energetic on Coke. However, what's meth make you feel?
Fearless.
Yeah. Invincible.
Yeah.
You can do anything, say anything. Okay.
It made me feel powerful.
It made you feel powerful.
Because I was doing horrible things like robbing people. And it was mostly men, and that made me feel like the first time I did that, I was like, no man's going to take advantage of me again. And it gave me this like almost like superhero type of feeling. And then, stealing from stores. I was like a kid on Halloween. I'd get home and look at all. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like that became another addiction too.
Stealing.
Yeah, from stores.
Okay. Robbing people. Tell me what's that look like? What's the difference between going into stores and robbing someone? Are you going into their home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would be whatever guy I was dating at the time.
Okay.
We would go and steal like all their drugs.
Okay.
And money.
So you just knew where the stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And knew where they were gone.
Mm-hmm.
The meth boyfriend, how was that relationship?
Oh, they were awful.
Really?
Yeah. I had probably 3 or 4 of them. I'd go to jail, then get out and get a new one. He would go to jail, then I would get a new one. It was just like a vicious cycle where I was in and out of jail. I was, living behind dumpsters because that was safer than the places I was staying at. But yeah, I was just.
Why did you get incarcerated?
For shoplifting, skipping bail, just like not showing up for things.
Okay, so little kind of petty stuff just keeps happening.
Yeah, and then it keeps getting added up, so it gets larger.
Okay. What's the longest stint you had to stay?
6 or 7 months.
That's okay. That's a long time.
Because I've been in a tour of all the Illinois jails. I've been all over.
Okay.
Decatur, Macon County, like all of them.
Okay. 6 or 7 months has been your longest.
Yeah, I think.
For those 6 or 7 months, you're able to be sober, clean and sober.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sad and clean and sober?
Not in jail, no.
No. What's
No.
different?
I don't know. It sounds weird, but I thrived in jail.
Interesting.
I loved it there for the most part because I didn't have to make any decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew I was safe.
Yeah.
I really attached to the girls in jail because, like, a lot of them, like, people assume that criminals are just bad people,
Sure.
but I learned, like, a lot of the women, they came from circumstances that led them into, when you're backed into a corner, people react differently. Some people make the good choice, and some people, you just don't know until you're put in certain situations.
Sure. These aren't all bad guys.
No.
No.
Majority of them were wonderful women that had just, like, horrible things going on in their life.
Do you still communicate with anyone that you met?
Yes, I'm actually in a recovery program where I go to meetings, and there's, like, a group of us girls.
Oh, that's nice.
That we use together. Some of us went on drug court together, and now some of us are clean together.
Okay. Some of you are clean together. That's wonderful. Okay, so we don't have a home now. You're saying you're living behind a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you unhoused for how long?
Oh, for probably, I would say about 3 years.
What is that? Logistically, what does that look like?
It was horrible. I had a backpack and bags. I was like the bag lady.
Shut up.
And I was the fancy looking bag lady because I stole, I didn't have garbage bags. I'd go to different stores and steal these big purses and backpacks and, all my belongings with me everywhere, whether, I was staying on someone's couch, sleeping just, random places.
How long did you not have an address?
For a few years.
For a few years. Are you out in the elements? Or are you usually able to find a roof?
Most of the time I was able to find a roof.
Okay. Did you seek any resources at that time?
No.
Shelters, nothing like that?
No.
Okay. And you're still using?
Yes.
Okay. Heavily. Okay. Okay, so eventually here, we've hit rock bottom, right? We are going to be on the upswing. And when does that time come?
Well, it got to the point where, like, the courts were, like, done with me. They're like, there's no point. And then I went to court, and Judge Rosenbaum, he was like, okay, Elizabeth, I'm going to extend you an olive branch. He's like, I can see something behind your eyes, like you need help.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to extend you this olive branch and give you a chance.
Okay.
And so he put me in rehab at Rosecrans.
Okay. When he said that to you, you'll never forget that.
No.
Okay. Because no one really had given you a chance. Okay. Yeah. So that moment, that sentence changed your life. Yeah. That's great. Okay. All right. He gives you a chance, and now you're going to have the opportunity to turn your life around.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens? You take this opportunity and you run with it, which always doesn't always happen.
Yeah, I tried to run with it. I went to Rosecrans and did the rehab program, loved it. I always thrive in, like, structured environments.
Oh, sure. Like the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did great there. I was, the peer group leader, all the things. But then, in the back of my mind, I wasn't actually done.
Okay.
I wasn't doing it because I wanted to do it. I was doing it because I was trying to stay out of prison.
Okay. So you haven't committed to yourself.
No. And after it, I went back to that same boyfriend.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll hear the rest of the story. Okay, we are back. I'm ready for the happy part of the story. I'm ready for the happy part. Okay, Elizabeth, you have been given a gift by a judge to go to this kind of like abbreviated program.
Yeah.
Instead of jail, basically, drug court. You have to live up to XYZ to stay within the ramifications of that program. Does that happen?
No.
Okay. You just didn't buy in yet fully
No.
to rehab.
No, because one of the things I've looked for my whole life is what I thought was unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would seek that with these different men.
Sure.
Because in your drug addiction, these men, they become obsessed with you.
That feels good.
And that, to me, at that point, I thought that's what love was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if someone's that jealous, that possessive, that's love. Like, they care about, they love you so much
Sure.
that they can't, you know, that, which it's very distorted, but that was my thinking at that time.
Okay. So what happens when you leave rehab or are excused or graduate?
I graduated that program.
Okay. And then within a week,
Yeah.
where are we again?
I'm back with that same boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm supposed, like, you know, in drug court, you're supposed to go to IOP every day at the beginning. Like, in different phases, you do different things.
What's IOP?
It's, is it IOP? Outpatient therapy?
It's intensive outpatient.
Intensive outpatient
Yeah.
therapy. Okay.
So I was doing that.
Okay. So you are living up to that?
No, I showed up to the first appointment
Okay.
and then stopped showing up because, you know, I'm still surrounded by it all. You know,
Sure.
You know, it's impossible. You know, I'm an addict at the end of the day. I can't be around it without doing it.
Okay. Okay. So November 11th, 2022, that's your birth date. Okay.
Yeah.
And what the greatest day of your life?
Yes.
Okay. That week between rehab and your birth date, it doesn't go well.
No.
Okay. What do you want to describe what happens or tell what happens? Or?
I ended up getting drugged and raped. You know, my boyfriend at the time didn't want to do anything about it because he said that was his best customer.
Okay.
So at that point, I just wanted to die.
Okay. This feeling that he was giving you, this I'm obsessed, I love you, you know that's not true now
Yeah.
because he cares more about the customer.
Yeah.
Okay. And this, you want to die.
Yeah.
But you said I'm a little person, but my body just wouldn't let me.
No.
You weren't ready. Right?
No, I realized you know, my higher power meant something. I had a purpose.
Okay. And so what happens November 11th, 2022?
I got arrested.
Okay.
And it was the first time. I was always known as the hysterical girl when she would get arrested. I didn't do it, even though like half of it.
I would love to see body cam footage of you.
It would go viral. Because I was wearing wigs, like doing the most, wearing costumes, like trying to disguise myself because I'm on Crime Stoppers and, you know, different things. So, I was high as a kite. So I was, and I thought people couldn't tell, but yeah, people could tell.
So you had the foresight to get a disguise, get a costume, get a wig, and that's how you'd go around town in an effort not to get busted.
Yeah.
Okay, but on November 11th, they find you.
Yes.
Okay. How old are you? What birth date is this? 2022.
So 43.
43. Your 43rd birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens on that?
I just like throw my hands up. I'm like, and actually the stuff that they found on me that day wasn't even mine, but because they had the dogs on the car and stuff. And I was just like, I'm done. Like, take me, please.
Really?
I need help. Like, just take me.
Okay. And they do.
They do.
And then what happened? Why do you think you were just done? What do you think you had just done enough?
Well, I didn't want this life. I didn't want to be high anymore. I just couldn't stop.
Okay. So you realize there's no going back at this point.
Yeah.
And you're in. You're in to whatever they're going to offer.
Yeah, because the way, and, you know, drug court, like, the way they did it with me was, the smart way to do it. Because I was like, they're like, well, we're going to give you one more chance, but we're waiting on a bed at Gateway Springfield to open up.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, just let me out, and when that bed opens up, I'll go. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
You're going to sit tight until it opens up. So I sat in jail for a few months.
Jeez. Okay.
But it was like, I think all of it was part of the plan that needed me to get there. Because, you know, I was in jail with these women that were facing life sentences they'd seen me come in and out. The COs had seen me come in and out. And these girls were like, Elizabeth, like, you have a chance. Like, you have a chance. We're never, you know, my Sally had, I think, 2 life sentences. She had killed 2 people. She's like, I never get to see my family again. I never get to do any of the things. And she's like, you keep coming in and out of here. the same story,
Sure.
different loser boyfriend, just like you have a chance, do something different.
Nothing bad enough has happened yet.
Yeah.
And you have a chance to change.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do end up committing to the program.
Yes.
Okay. And you clean up your life. And do you feel like a switch went off? Like there's no going back ever.
Yeah. At Gateway Springfield, I did.
You did. So a couple months in jail, and so you're sober, but you're not in a program.
Right.
And then you get into a program
Mm-hmm.
to puzzle piece together from the beginning where things have gone wrong.
Right.
Okay. And the healing.
Yes.
Okay. Today, so now we're 3 years out. Do you feel like you are recovered? Do you feel like that?
No, I feel like I'm on my way.
Really? So leaps and bounds.
It's gonna be a lifetime thing. Just like, you know, if you any kind of disease that you have, you know, you're gonna be battling it your entire life.
Tell me about getting your kids, or how you see how you're reintroduced to your children.
So at this point, my daughters are old enough that they can reach out to me on their own, and they reach out to me.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Okay.
Through Facebook.
The 20 and 21-year-old.
Yes.
Okay.
They reach out to me. Yeah.
Okay. So you reciprocate.
Yes.
Okay. Do your 14-year-old son?
Yeah. He's. I've got to talk to him once.
Okay.
His dad's getting closer to letting me see them, but he's, you know, obviously hesitant about it because my son's doing great. You know, he's in honor roll at school. He's in the band. He has a amazing relationship with his father. They play video games together.
Okay.
They're like little buddies.
So at this point, you're not going to interrupt that dynamic.
No.
Okay. Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What did I miss from this story? Or is there anything, because it's a happy ending do you feel like you have a happy ending?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. Where are you? What are you doing today?
Well, I'm at CU at home today.
Okay.
So they gave me like my first home because I'd been, you know, in and out of institutions.
Sure.
So I went to their women's shelter, and then now I'm in the next level housing.
Okay. So you're
So
moving through that program.
Yes.
Okay. And that's where Cedar comes in
Yeah.
as your unlicensed therapist. We just
Yes.
want to clarify that, right, Cedar?
Yeah.
A friend, a
yeah.
mentor.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm an addictions counselor, and it's a weird situation. Liz is on my caseload, even though I'm the men's program director.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but so sometimes we'll swap genders, but we typically have men on my caseload and women on the women's case manager caseload.
Okay.
But we've swapped genders a few times.
Okay.
And this is one of those cases.
Okay, so Liz, Cedar told me that you're at Parkland College. Okay, so what's your goal from going to Parkland?
Getting the foundation so I can get a social work degree.
Okay, so ultimately helping people
Yeah.
that may have been in the same situation you
Yeah.
were. Okay. Well, I wish you the best. I mean, you're a delight. You're cute as a button. You're gonna go play. I'm not worried. I think you're gonna be okay. You really are. Cedar, let's go back to you, and I want you to plug again One Winter Night and See You at Home and the event.
Yeah, so One Winter Night, in addition to the informational portion and also hearing even more of our client stories, there's a fundraising portion where people will spend the night outside in solidarity and support of people experiencing homelessness. And then they also will ask for people to sponsor them, contribute.
Sure.
Just like a walkathon, only you're spending the night outside.
Pledging. Yes.
Right, pledging.
Okay.
Having done both, I will say spending the night outside is much more difficult than walking 3, 5,
Yes.
10 miles,
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And this will be your 6th winter?
Yeah, it'll be my 6th winter. I've done it once as a volunteer, and I've done it 5. This will be my 5th one as a staff member.
You have literally stayed in boxes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that experience changed my life, or changed my career trajectory, because I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night
my
and went to the
gosh.
outhouse. I couldn't get warm again after I went to the outhouse. So I went into the hospitality suite and I ended up watching a video called Phoenix Rising and about the origins of See You at Home. And I was like, wow, this is an organization that brings social capital to people that have none. And so that's how life-changing things can happen.
Tell me where people can go if they want information, if they want to participate, if they want to donate. This is February 6th, 2026 is the event.
Yeah, so they can participate, donate, go to our website. It's seeyouathome.us. They can call our phone number, 217-819-4569, and or our Facebook page, any of those items. And we love our mission is to end homelessness one person at a time. But one of the things is, in the same way it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to help people move out of homelessness.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job. Thank you guys so much. Elizabeth, thank you for sharing so openly. I really, really, truly appreciate it. Cedar, thanks for coming back. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's HyperLocal show. If you like what you hear or you need anything from me, let me know at hyperlocalscu.com. Also, search and follow HyperLocalsCU on all social media. Like me, follow me. Bye.